There is a specific, deafening silence that only exists when the screaming of 70,000 people suddenly stops. It is a vacuum of sound that rushes in the second the dressing room doors click shut, leaving nothing but the hum of air conditioning and the rapid, heavy breathing of 7 men who have just finished ruling the world. For years, we have seen them as modern-day titans, celestial bodies orbiting a gravity of global adoration, performing on stages so massive they seem almost mythical. But the moment the screen fades in on their latest visual masterpiece, we are not greeted by the blinding flash of stadium lights or the perfect, synchronized perfection we have come to expect. Instead, we are pulled into the heavy, quiet haze of the morning after, a world of messy luxury where the gold has begun to tarnish and the confetti on the floor feels like debris from a forgotten war. It is an opening that instantly shifts the atmosphere, trading the grand spectacle for something deeply intimate, slightly unsettling, and profoundly human. We are forced to look past the armor of superstardom to witness the fragile, quiet spaces where these 7 individuals must somehow find a way to exist when the music stops playing and the illusion fades. As the camera drifts through this sprawling, quiet mansion, the visual storytelling feels less like a traditional music video and more like a fever dream of sensory overload and emotional exhaustion. We see Jungkook standing motionless beneath a heavy stream of water, fully clothed, letting the cold shower drench his expensive garments as if trying to wash away a layer of performance that has seeped too deep into his skin. There is an aching vulnerability in his posture, a silent admission that sometimes the only way to feel anything at all is to let the cold shock of reality break through the numbness of constant exposure. Not far away, Jimin lies sprawled across rumpled satin sheets, his shirt open, staring at the ceiling with a vacant, searching expression that speaks volumes without a single word. The luxury surrounding them feels less like a reward and more like a beautiful, suffocating cage, a gilded fortress designed to keep the world out but which also keeps them locked inside. The cinematic color grading shifts delicately, painting their isolation in rich, saturated tones of blue and gold, creating a visual contrast that highlights the sheer emptiness that often lingers in the wake of immense celebration. This sense of confinement and the desire for escape becomes even more tangible when we find Suga clambering up a massive, imposing iron gate topped with sharp, defensive spikes. He climbs with a desperate, heavy energy, reaching for the top as if searching for a way out of the very fortress that was built to protect him. But he does not climb over, he simply hangs there, suspended between the security of his private sanctuary and the unpredictable world outside, a haunting metaphor for the paralysis that comes with extreme fame. Below, lounges on the hood of a car, surrounded by the remnants of a wild night, his eyes carrying the heavy wisdom of a leader who has spent over a decade navigating the impossible expectations of millions. Every frame of this narrative is laced with a bittersweet nostalgia, dropping subtle visual breadcrumbs that trace back through their long, storied history. From the flick of a lighter to the familiar framing of a gate, the video acts as a mirror to their past, reminding us that the boys who once sang about young love and teenage anxieties are now men standing at the absolute peak of the world, looking down and realizing how far they are from where they started. The emotional weight of the story reaches a visceral peak when the lens turns to V. Sitting bruised and battered on a dusty couch, his face bearing the visual marks of a metaphorical fight we never actually see. It is a jarring, powerful image that shatters the flawless idol aesthetic, presenting a raw, unfiltered depiction of the emotional toll that comes with being constantly perceived, judged, and consumed by the public. In stark, almost ironic contrast, Jin is shown in a manicured, serene garden, quietly sipping tea as if trying to force a sense of peace that feels incredibly fragile, like a porcelain cup ready to shatter at the slightest vibration. The camera cuts back and forth between these isolated, quiet struggles and flashes of a chaotic, decadent party from the night before, where they are surrounded by faceless crowds, expensive drinks, and artificial joy. This juxtaposition perfectly captures the dual life they lead, showing how the peak of celebration can so easily give way to the deepest valleys of loneliness, and how the very things that make them legendary are the same things that make them feel so incredibly fragile. Yet, amid this heavy introspection, there is a brilliant, self-aware irony woven into the fabric of the release, most notably represented by the viral bathroom sequence. Recreating a scene that fans instantly connected to their early days, the 7 members stand side by side in a sterile, mundane restroom with their backs to the camera, only for their leader to awkwardly squeeze his way between them in an unpolished, deeply human moment. It is a scene that demystifies their status, subverting the expectations of a highly polished, untouchable group of global icons by placing them in the most ordinary of settings. This sequence, which was cleverly teased through satirical tabloid advertisements in major newspapers beforehand, showcases their ability to laugh at the sensationalism surrounding their lives while making a profound point about what is considered normal. By taking a space that is intensely private and turning it into a moment of shared, slightly humorous connection, they highlight the absurdity of a world that constantly watches their every move, reminding us that beneath the tailored suits and global headlines, they are still just a group of friends navigating the oddities of an extraordinary life together. The lyrical heartbeat of the track beats in perfect synchronization with these visuals, offering a poetic and painfully honest confession about the mechanics of modern fame. They speak of kerosene and dopamine, of chemical-induced fantasies and the dangerous allure of the spotlight, rawly acknowledging the trade-offs they have made to remain bulletproof in a world that is quick to build them up and even quicker to tear them down. This alternative pop ballad, built on heavy, resonant drum beats and melancholic guitar riffs, serves as the perfect canvas for their conversational sing-rap style, allowing their voices to sound less like a performance and more like a quiet conversation held in the dark. The song explores the complicated relationship they have with their own success, questioning where the boundary lies between the legendary personas they present to the world and the ordinary individuals who go to sleep when the cameras are turned off. It is a theme that resonates deeply because it does not try to offer a neat, happy resolution, but instead sits comfortably in the messy, complicated truth of their reality. This narrative is further enriched by its deep thematic connections to other chapters of their artistic universe, particularly the symbolic dialogue established with their previous work. Fans of their intricate storytelling will notice the delicate thread connecting this visual release to the imagery of their other recent hits, where symbolic items like a book titled with this very theme appear on a bedside table, or a tiny, worn pendant represents a promise to keep moving forward despite the weight of the world. It is a beautifully constructed puzzle where every piece tells a story of survival, a testament to their commitment to creating art that is not just heard, but deeply felt and studied. The inclusion of a heartwarming yet slightly melancholic photoshoot with golden retrievers near the end of the video serves as another layer of this commentary, showing them smiling and laughing in a rare moment of pure, uncomplicated joy, even as the cold reality of the studio lights and the prying eyes of the camera crew remain visible in the background. It is a reminder that even their happiest, most genuine moments are often bound by the contract of their public lives, a bittersweet truth that they accept with a gentle, enduring grace. Ultimately, this visual journey is not a cry for pity, nor is it a simple rejection of the glamorous world they have conquered. Rather, it is a profound, beautifully rendered act of solidarity with everyone who has ever felt overwhelmed by the expectations of their own life. By stripping away the dazzling armor of their global stardom and showing themselves as bruised, tired, and deeply human, they create a bridge of raw empathy that spans across continents and languages. The final, quiet frames of the video, leaving us with the image of 7 brothers standing together in the aftermath of the storm, offer a powerful sense of comfort. They remind us that to feel lost, to feel exhausted, and to feel the heavy weight of an ordinary day is not a failure, but a shared human experience. In a world that constantly demands perfection, they choose to celebrate the beauty of being beautifully, unapologetically, and completely normal.